Okay, we are on part 3 of the chapter 4 tutorial. I'm still on page 2-8. I was working on making this rectangle, the width to be 12.5 and then the height to be 4.75, and it helps if I put the right number in. So 4.75. And I probably should get rid of the pink outline. Go ahead and put that to none. And then I'm going to go ahead and send it back. And now I can see just these items. Now I want to go and make sure I can see everything. So I'm going to go ahead and arrange. And do I want to bring it to the front? No. Let's go take a look at my layers. Now, based upon how my layers are, let's go ahead and make everything visible. I'm still missing some things here. What exactly am I missing? So I'm missing these items right here. That's because the tint, the line in the rectangle, are below this. So easy way to do this, if I drag and drop tints up above, there you go. But look, now you don't see my images, so maybe images should be first. So what I merely did was changing the order of my layers allows for different items to be visible. So again, if I have text on the bottom, which is where our rectangle is, notice how dragging things around changes how items look. So go ahead and do a quick save, and hopefully your item looks like mine. Okay, so now we're going to talk about grouping items. Go ahead and expand your images layer. Now watch when I select a layer, or an image, excuse me, you can tell it's selected over here. Now notice when I press and hold Shift and I select multiple, you can see that they're all selected there. Now, I'm going to do a Command G, which groups the items, or I'm going to right click and you can select Group. Mine says Ungroup because I've already grouped them. Or you can also go up to Edit and you can select Group and Ungroup there. But the point is, if you look over in my Layers panel, you can see all of the images that have been grouped together. Now what's good about grouping is look that I can now move these images and they will all move at once. There we go. Go ahead and do a quick save, and then we are going to go ahead and close the layers intro. Okay, this is one of the longer chapters. What you're going to do now is do a file open and go ahead and select 4-6. And if you have the box pop up that says missing font, that is okay. It's just telling you that you don't have the font that was in there on your computer. I don't have Garmin right there, so I can just click OK. And if the pink box really bothers you around text, go up and find a font that you know for a fact is on your computer, and then your text is good. Only problem, look now, selecting Arial made my text go larger. So for just the heck of it, I'm going to make my font smaller so it fits all on one page. So we're going to go ahead and resave this as flowers. So it's been resaved as flowers. We're going to go ahead and click on the background layer. To target it, click the rectangle frame tool. With the rectangle frame tool, we're going to draw a graphic frame in the center of the page so it's approximately the size shown in figure 6.9. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just an approximate. Now you'll notice that the background layer color is that orangey color, so then my frame is that orange color, which signifies that it's in that layer. The bounding box of the graphics frame is orange just because of the orange layer. That's what this is referred to as the bounding box. Now what you're going to do is click File on the application bar. You're going to go to Place and go ahead and navigate into your drive in the folder where we save our data stuff. So just where you went to open up the file 4-6, and we're going to double click the windmills ghost.psd. So windmills, going to be in alphabetical order. Windmills ghost. Double click it. And by double clicking it, it automatically places the picture within our frame. And that was because we had our frame selected. So that's why the graphic was placed in there. We're going to go ahead and switch to our selection tool, and we can click anywhere to deselect the frame. And then we're going to click the eye icon on the background layer to go ahead and hide that current layer. Then we're going to click the images layer to target it on the layers panel. My mouse disappeared. There we go. We're going to click the images layer and then go ahead and click File on the application bar and then click Place. And navigate to our folder where we're going to find Windmills Color. And it should automatically open up to that. And once you have it selected, click OK. And notice how your mouse changes to where you can see the image of what you are going to paste. And it has a little paintbrush looking thing there. So it allows us to take a look at what it is. We're going to position our pointer over the document and click the loaded icon on the F of the word flowers. And it goes ahead and it places our image. Now let's see, as the image shows, the graphic is placed as a new image over top there. We're going to hide the image layer. And then we're going to grab our selection tool again. And then we're going to click the Windmills Ghost graphic in the layout. But first we probably should make it visible. So let's go ahead and show. And then we're going to click the windmill. And let's see, click the top left reference point on the transform panel. Click the direct deselect tool. That is the white arrow on the tools panel, and then position the tool over the graphic, then click the graphic. So notice it changes to the hand tool and then you select it, and what this does is as soon as you position it over the tool, the pointer becomes a hand. Now, what this signifies is it shows that the picture is larger than the rectangle frame, which is fine, but we can easily transform that. So the X and Y text boxes on the transform panel change to X plus and a Y plus, and that just indicates that the graphic, not the frame, is selected. Go ahead and turn to page 4-40. Note that the width and height of the graphic as listed on the transform panel, the graphic is substantially larger than the frame that contains it. Thus, there are many areas of the graphic outside the frame that are not visible. We're going to press and hold the hand icon on the graphic until the hand changes to a black arrow. Okay, now you can see the black arrow. And now with the black arrow, you can drag inside the frame and make the picture move so you can position exactly what is shown in the frame. So go ahead and position that one windmill right there within the frame and then release. And so now you'll see just the windmill. Then grab your selection tool again. Then go ahead and click on the graphic. The orange graphic frames appears because we have the selection tool now. Click and drag the top left selection handle of the graphic so that it aligns with the top left corner of the document. And then go ahead and click the top right or the bottom right so it goes and locks to the entire background. And then we can click and wait for our mouse to change to the black, and then we can resize the image or reposition the image so it takes up the entire document. Now what you're going to do is we can click off of that. Now if we wanted this background image to go behind everything, there's a couple of ways we could do that. You can right click on it. You could right click, click on it, and we should be able to right click, and I'm looking for arrange, which is not jumping out at me. Or the easiest way is if you go over to the layers panel, grab background, and go ahead and drag and drop it down, and then it positions it back behind everything. Now we're going to go ahead and have our image pop up. And let's go ahead and type 50 in the scale X percentage. So over here that's the location, and we're looking for scale X percentage. Go ahead and key 50. And it would have helped if I would have had this selected when I did that. So type in 50 and it makes it smaller. Go ahead and have the windmill image selected. And go ahead and position it roughly under the E. Now remember, if we want to put a text wrap around that, how would we do that? Remember, go back up to the panel there, and we're going to wrap it around the text. Now let's say that we don't really like how it looks. We want to have it stretched out a little. We can do so. Now another way to manually do that, if you grab your direct select tool and then go, you can click and you can drag to where you can see the space in between the text and the bounding edge. Now you can do this by typing numbers in on the control panel, but I normally prefer to do it this way because this way I can kind of get a sense and a feel for how it looks. So you can see how the text is now wrapped around. Now we're not done yet. Now say you decide you want to make this picture smaller. You most definitely can do so. So I made my picture smaller. But now what about you don't see all of the image? Up here on the control panel, there's these two options, fit content to frame, fit frame to content. We're going to go ahead and do fit content to frame, and it kind of smushes the picture to where it now fits. But now what about my edges? Go ahead, take the direct select tool, and you can just go ahead and edit how it looks. Go ahead and make a few little adjustments. Go ahead and do that now. And we haven't saved in a while, so let's do a quick save. And I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and you're going to need to go on to the next video, which should be part 4.